Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's June 25th, today 2020, and we're still working from home due to the coronavirus. But we're starting today another office live stream, and let's start the show. Welcome back. Last week we did some things with office development related to the WebView2 and also the office extension to debug in Visual Studio Code, but that apparently was failing due to the issue that Office now supports WebView2. So we are in a chicken egg issue. Let's go to the code window here and see if we can find out what is going on. So if we open up a code window, I think we have some directory over here. With the date 2020-6/18, I think was last week. So let's delete that one. See data, repos. Let's kill the complete directory, because I don't know what's in there anymore. So in the meantime, let's create another folder. 2020-06-25. That's today. 2020-06-25. Now we need to start code and have a look at the extension to find the GitHub location. I'll close everything. Oh, I also cloned the VS Code debugger thingy there. So let's have a look at the extensions. Enabled something with Office debugging. This one. Let's have a look at the repository there. Open. What? It wants to give me the latest version for Windows. Just as I'm starting a live stream. We're not going to do that. What's this? Oh, that's my deleting the folder. Pick a time, restart tonight. Let's just move it away. Just ignore it and think nothing happened. Yeah, so I created an issue with this one. Issues 1. Explaining that Visual Studio Code is not attaching. And that was related to WebView2. That's the other new feature that I was showing in the live stream last week. So they have two new things. The one is the new Visual Studio Code debugging extension for the Office add-ins. And finally, you're now able to do debugging in your Visual Studio Code environment. But the other thing is that they also released an Office version with WebView2. And the extension for WebView2 Debugger for Office add-ins is actually not working with the new WebView2 environment. So they created two new things and they are biting each other. So we got a workaround here by running npx office add-ins dev settings WebView edge. So we have to check if that's actually working. That's my goal for today. Maybe we are finished within just a couple of minutes, but you never know. Last week we took hours to find out that it was not working. So let's see what's in the README here, because it's explaining what to do. Create a new project with the latest Office version Yo Office. Let's see. This is all done after creating the Yo Office thingy. So it's actually explaining it over here, I think, how to create a new thing. Let's redo the things that we did last time, and then we move over to the non-Edge version. Or basically the Edge version instead of the WebView2 version. So go into here, put that aside, and put this aside. So now we are going to check if all the components are up to date, like npm list, no, outdated global. It's terribly hot over here. I'm sitting at the attic of my home and a couple of windows open, but probably will attract some mosquitoes there. How are you, bucket sort? What are you sorting in your bucket? Well, actually, it's been very warm over here, and it's getting even warmer next tomorrow. Let's see if we got nothing outdated, so the Yeoman thingy must be okay now. Yo Office. Let's throw it in. Build me a new add-in. Come on, guys, you can do it. Oh, really? You renamed your user ID? Yeah. So we are now masking bucket sort. So how come bucket sort? Oh, really? End of the year. Yeah, that's good news. At least if you are finalizing your year with some proper outcome. Tomorrow my son gets his diploma for I think that's different. Yeah, quite different in the Netherlands. Something like a mid school or something. I'm not pretty sure what it's called in other countries, but let's create an Office add-in task pane project and then do TypeScript. What do we name this? Test debug 2020 06 25, I think. Starting in August next year, that's quite early. Excel. That's generating a thing. I think in the Netherlands, everyone's starting at September maybe for the next year. At least if the schools are opening up again. How's it over there? Are your schools open in your country? Any lockdown? Seniors said this next year will be the most fun because there's no more theory. Yeah, basically you already learned everything, I think, and so it's just finalizing and doing your final task is what I guess. Usually the last year is the best year. So if you did all your things from previous year in the way that you should, then usually the last year is just repeating what you already know. There we are. Yeoman, 0 vulnerabilities. They moved this online in March. Yeah, that's over here as well, but they are starting to reopen now for everyone under 18. They are allowed to go to school again. But it's also I think the last months or the last couple of weeks in school, so it's not much of use to get people back to school even for the last couple of weeks. So most schools skipping it to next year and then they start with a fresh start. But maybe then we have a second wave and then they have to lock down everything again. Let's see. They call it my office add-in over here. That's not what I called it. CD test debug something. To test your add-in in Excel, run the following command in the root directory of your project, npm start. Well, let's first npm install everything. See it's that we got everything in. We are in the USA, and we all know how badly government is. Well, you could even sit in Brazil. That's even worse. And Trump had this good idea: just stop testing, so the numbers would not go up. And that's a good idea because at least your numbers stop. But it's a fake thing, obviously, because people are still getting the virus. Let's see. This started npm start. Oh, we got a small font again. Oh no, better. We have to wait for Node to kick in. Yeah, stop counting, then it goes away on its own. That's what I do with bugs. I go stare at it and then it will go away. Two courses this term have been the hardest so far. Algorithm second course and operating system studies. Algorithm can be a pain. Usually in all times you had to learn all these things like the sorting, the bucket sort, by yourself, so creating your own sort routines. I'm not. Did you need to do that as well? Because these days it's all already in the language. I even had to build my own compiler in assembly. That's terrible. Days of typing and you have a lot of code then, but it's not doing that much. Get started with your sample add-in. The component is compiled. So if we now go into the task pane, we should get something there. there we have it. And now the trick is, because we are in version something of Office, let's see, account. We are in version build 13.020. I think above 13,000. That's then you get the WebView2. So if we now go to the Task Manager, instead of noticing edge entries, you should now see things like WebView2. There you are. So that's making use of the new component, but that's also blocking the new debugging thing that they announced. So now we have to revert it back to the old edge thingy engine. And let's see what the Microsoft guy said about that on GitHub. Where did I leave the page? In here. On the issues. VS Code is not attaching, because now if I do the attaching routine, that will fail. We studied a lot of popular algorithms. At least it's good to know how these things work and getting the logic from it. And how to analyze time, space complexity and depth as well. Because usually if you just do some sorting, it will appear that you can create some real inefficient sorting routines if you're not aware on how to do things properly. But so by learning the algorithms that will teach you to do it right. Currently doing dynamic programming and greedy algorithms. Those are the hardest to me since I've never done them before. It's always the first timer. Try to do something new every day. Following command mpx. So I would wonder what this is doing. Probably need to shut this down. And then shut this one down. Started it from here, I think. So what's the command that we have to put in? There, copy. I guess it will be without the dot at the end. mpx office add-in dev settings WebView edge. So it changes the settings, I think. Oops. Okay. Good. Let's do it from here. Let's see if we can find something in Google related to this setting. Oh. Something like this. So it's actually a package. Display or configure settings related to the app container for an Office add-in. Display or configure settings related to the app container for the Office add-ins. Office add-in dev settings, app container. This is the manifest. Clear. Debugging. Manifest. File to the manifest. Live reload. Display or configure settings related to the live reload for the Office add-in. Register. Runtime log. Sideload. Could be so. If how I read it is that this is the command, and the second one should be the path to the manifest. Let's go in here. Just trying to learn it all well, because big companies in the USA test on algorithms a lot. So I try to treat it as very important. Yeah, true. Though for the dynamic programming stuff, I had to look up the answers because I couldn't figure out the answers myself. Okay. Well, I do look up a lot because there's a lot you just don't know. Programming by Stack Overflow. That's what I call it. There's the manifest. Question is, what does the command have to do with that? MPX Office Add-in Settings WebView. I'm not sure why it says Edge. Let's see if we can find something about WebView in here. WebView. Nothing. Edge, maybe. The way they explain it here is start Office and open a document, so Office add-in is loaded. Let's check this out. There's the WebView again. WebView type. The WebView command allows the developer to specify which web type to use when debugging, or see the current setting. If WebView type is specified, the value will be written to the registry. If default is specified, the value is cleared. Okay. It's a command apparently. So I need to probably install something like Office Addin Dev Settings thingy, and that thingy sets the WebView to Edge. MPX. Supply command. The command is something like this. There's a lot of commands existing in here. WebView, there it is. Specify the type of WebView to use when debugging. So you need to put the manifest in there. So something like WebView, then a manifest path. That should be in the same directory, I think. In there, and we are in here. Dot. Oh, he turned it around. In GitHub, we told to do this one. Edge dot. Okay, let's try this. Ooh. So do we need to enter the complete path then? Let's try that. Let's find another example. Someone must have been using this. Oops. Package rank. Office.js no longer loads correctly. The Edge WebView requires configuration change. App container Edge WebView loop back. What was the example over here? App container, this one. The last one is manifest file. I would think that it would be possible to do this. Oh, maybe let's try it in here. MPX. That's running. See, it's thinking that this is the path for the manifest, I think. manifest. Something like this, maybe. Yes, WebView type is set to Edge. Wow. Did it change something in the manifest? Don't think so. Let's see. So what happens if we try to reset this? Leave it out. Still set to Edge. Okay, npm start. So now it should run the add-in, not any longer with the edge view, not the edge view, the, what's it called? Let me bank project. WebView2. Let's see if Node's already compiling. Yes. See if there's some information about WebView. Nothing. It's running, so let's try this. And have a look at the task manager again. Excel. See, now it's actually changed. Apparently, so now also it should be visible in the Edge DevTools preview. See, now the add-in is visible. So, if I now go to Visual Studio Code, and then this one can close. Go to the extension and do some reading there. Office Addin Debugger. Close the terminal for now. Run as admin. Yeah, let's do that differently. Open another session. Code dot. Oh, it's reopening the existing one. Now 2. Yeah, let's use the second one here to open the folder. And what does it say over here? Ctrl-Shift-X to open extension bar. Ctrl-Shift-X. Search for Office Addin Debugger. We already did that. Invest your code folder of your project. There's the launch JSON file. Now we have to bring in this piece of code. Copy. And that should be another configuration. Like this. So this will launch it from port 3000, but we'll also do something 9222 in the back. And that was failing last week, but should be working maybe with the Edge add-in. So kill this one because that worked apparently. Close node. And let's reread what's going on here. In the section of JSON you just copied, you find the URL. In the URL, you need to replace the uppercase host info. And that should read something like Excel, because we are building an Excel add-in. This one should be Excel. Save. Open the command prompt and ensure that you are at the root folder. npm start. Let's close this again. Close this one again. And close this one again, because we have to go into admin mode. Run as admin. Go to data. Projects. No, repos. 2020 something today. Go to test debug. Code. There we are again. Edit the configuration there. Let's open another code entry for reading the instructions. Microsoft Office add-in. There we go. This is what we did. Open the command prompt, ensure you're in the root folder. So if we go to code, tick, we are in the root folder, yes. Run npm start to run the host application. Let's see what Node is doing. I should close my windows because all the mosquitoes are getting in my room. Compiled successfully. Let's go to the instructions. Oh, we also notice debugging is being started. Desktop, enable debugging, blah blah blah. Starting dev server. Debugging started. So let's put a breakpoint on the app command. Where is the app command? Oh, I did not create an... Oh, really? I didn't create an... what's it called? A React component. But that doesn't matter, because this one is also doing something like this. Let's put a break in there. And it's... At this time it's not attached, I think. So let's try this. Run. It's not attached, it's not breaking, because we missed the final step of the instructions. Return to Visual Studio Code and choose View Debug, or Ctrl-Shift-D. Ctrl-Shift-D. Yeah. Ctrl-Shift-D from the debug option. Choose Attach to Office Add-ins. Office Add-ins. There. And run. Set the breakpoint on the color. Yes, that's what we did. Something going on here. Add service. I think I found it. It found it, I should say. One active session. Yeah. Run your add-in, see if the breakpoint will hit. So let's try this again. Select another one. Run. There you go. Now let's make this red. Save it. And run. Now the question is, will we get a red one? No. It was a test. Maybe it's recompiling in the background. Compiled successfully, so let's try it again. Run. Now it's red. Yes! Ta-da! How cool is this? So, going back and forth, as we, if we now go to the task manager, most likely we won't see any WebView2 in here. So now we got active debugging in here. That's the good news. The bad news is that we don't use WebView2 anymore. Purple. Save. We have a hot reload, I think. Save. Go to the Excel thing. Pick a range and that's in purple. Unterminated string constant. Okay. 5. There we have this nice purple thing. Actually works. So that's good news. So the other thing was, let's have a look. YouTube. Office developer. Videos. So what we now did was actually this one. Visual Studio Code Debugger extension. So now the question is, how do I get my WebView back? I have to look into that. Let's see. So if I do close this one, close node, run, stop debugging, WebSocket closed. So what did I do here? Notepad. I changed the configuration That's not the right output. This one. By using this one. MPX Office Addin Dev Settings, and I change this by not add dot, but something like manifest.xml. Not sure why it's needing the manifest in there. You would almost think that it's write something in there. Where's the manifest? There. Edge. No. Nothing about edge. Let's find something about edge in here. I don't think this is related. Okay. What if I just generate a new one? Try this again. So, go back in here. Let's close all the items in here. Keep that open. Close this one. And throw everything away in here. And the thing that I should have done is create a Git store. Like Git init. Yes, Git init. Let's try that. Command. Do the admin prompt again. See the data project 2020 empty. Yo office. Now create a React add-in. TypeScript. Let's call it test debugger 2020 06 25 again. Excel. Let's generate a thing. I'm wearing my Contosa shirt. The fake Microsoft company. Sometimes they have great ideas to create t-shirts at build conferences or something like that. This one is the Contoso shirt. There we are. Interesting, because I don't see anything yet in here. Oh, I called it 2020 over 5. Oh, really? Hmm? What? See data projects. Oh, really? Projects? This one. Okay. That's confusing. How did I get in that folder? Looking for mosquitoes. Let's quickly close the window. Let's quickly close the window for the mosquitoes to go away. Green screen back. And we're back. Let's see. Oops. There. Git init. Right. Code dot. Control tick. Let's see. Too many active changes. Only a subset of Git features will be enabled. Would you like to add node modules to Git ignore? Yes. All these changes. Git add dot git commit initial commit git status clean. Okay. Let's see npm start. Let's see if it's worked. It works. And now I'm curious to see if we get the edge add-in or the other one. Still waiting for a node, I think. Oh, it's actually quite fast. Task manager. Excel. We still are on Edge. So now, what if I try to switch it back to WebView. Copy. WebView2. That's not valid. I have to Google again. I need to know what are the options available here. WebView there. IE, Edge or default. And if you put the runtime empty, let's make that default. Default. Oh, lost my focus. WebView type has not been set. That should be okay, because if I now look at this one, okay. Not being set, right? So now, if I npm start, something like this, run this, wait for node to complete. There you are. Show task pane. And we have an add-in. Now let's go to Task Manager. Still going to WebView. No, not the WebView2 Edge. So default apparently is not enough. Oh, does have Microsoft Edge WebView in here. So if I close this, I said if I close this, don't save. Now all your WebView entries are gone, I think. Is it? Let's restart. Node. Nothing there yet. Let's sort it on name. Nothing here, a lot of service hosts. Got it. Node up and running. Yeah. Show the task pane. There you are. So why the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries of WebView2. Run. Yes. So now let's see if we can do this again. Go to the extensions. Find the code that we need to insert there. Code dot, that's what you did. You have to add this to the launch setting. Copy. VS Code launch. Create another launch setting. Also push this in my notes. Because now, if I do save this and Control Shift D, if I do this one, attach to Office add-ins, and run this, then it's most likely not going to start. Because if I now go into this one, source, task pane, components, app, and in the app there's something called yellow, F9. This won't break, is my guess. I do this, run, it's not breaking. It is? No, it's not, because it's timing out. That's what we exactly saw last week. So to solve this, we now go back to Visual Studio Code. Don't save this. Kill the debugger. Kill the node entry. And Ctrl D. Oh, it doesn't stop. It's already timed out. So now we go to the terminal and then we put back in this command. Copy. Push it back to Edge again. Now it's set to Edge as opposed to the previous one where it's set to nothing. Then we go to npm start. npm start. Wait for node to recover, to compile. So now we should see that if we go to the task manager, we should not see the web view anymore. After we open the task pane, obviously. Compiled successfully, open the task pane. They are. And now try to trigger the debugger in here. Attach to Office add-in. Running. Let's try this. Run. It's not breaking. It's still timeout. still timing out. Oh, I forgot to change the setting. This one should be called Excel host, Excel, save, attach. Now it's doing something. And we have a running session. So now if we go to this and do run, there it is. Going into the debugger, make this green, save. And now we have to run it again, but the first time it's probably still yellow. Yes, still yellow, but now as I change this, going back into green. There you are. And it's actually green. Now check the task manager, because now we need to check if we have the WebView, and we don't have the WebView2. So this is the way to do it. So next time, if you want to go to WebView2 again, you have to stop the process again. Don't save it. Go to Node. I said kill node. Yes, and stop the debugger. Stop debugger. Then we push in the command. This one, mpx copy terminal. Remove the edge, so it will reset to nothing. WebView type is set to edge. No, it should be doing nothing. So now default. Now it changed back to normal. npm start. Wait for node to kick in, and it's not working because it thinks that it's already running node, I think. Yeah. Node is still running. Don't save. Let's close this for quickly. Code dot. That should reset my node trigger. npm start. There's node again. Wait for it to compile. Yeah, come on, you can do it. Compiled successfully, so now we should be able to trigger the task pane. There you are. Let's run this. Well, we can already have a look. The task manager. Details. Now we should see a lot of things over here. MZ WebView, and the result of this will be that the S debugger now is not working anymore. See, now the task pane is not visible in this one, in the Edge DevTools preview, and that means that we can't attach to it. So if we close this one again, don't save. again. Reset to the old Edge one. No, that's not right. Like this. Set to Edge. npm start. Wait for node to kick in, and we again have a running node in the background. So we have to reset the session again. Node is sometimes a little bit slow in resetting its session. You can force it in by closing the studio code. npm start. Node is still not kicking in. What? Dev server already running? It's not already running. Let's close all the entries here. Don't save. Close this one. Close code. VS Code. Let's see if we have things running in here. Task manager. Node. There's node. And task. Stop it. Come on. Now we need a admin prompt to enable the debugger. Data, projects, 2020-05-25. So made a little mistake there. CD 2020-05. It should be 06. Go to test debugger. Code dot. There we go again. npm start. So now we put it back to Edge. Node is now kicking in. Excel is kicking in. Got it. Wait for node to complete. Come on, crickets. There it is. Show the task pane. Go to task manager. Check if there's an Edge view. Now WebView, I should say. No web views, that's a good sign. So now it should be able to see it in Edge DevTools. There you are. And if this is working, then you can also say in Studio Code, Ctrl-Shift-D, attach to Office add-in. And that's basically the add-in that we have over here. We have now one running instance for the debugger. Go to app.tsx and we already have a break mode in there. So now select some area and click run. It's actually breaking. Make this. What color shall we make this? What's the color of today? Blue? Maybe, does it exist? Marine? still be yellow in the output this time, I think, because it's need to recompile. It's now green, so the next one, oh, it's already breaking. 5. Need to select something first. Still compiling. 5. I think marine is not the right color. What's the right color? Just blue, then fill color. Oh, you can also put a hex in there. FFA 500. FFA 500. Save. Let's rerun this. And it's breaking. And we now have what? Oh, yeah. I changed it over from blue to something like this. What is it? Orange. It's a little bit of orange. Aquamarine. Aquamarines, maybe, yeah. Not sure if it's case sensitive. Oh. No, I just selected this one. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Run. And it's breaking. Yes, there you go. Well done. Bucket sort. I have to get used to on your name. The previous username that you had was quite unpronounceable for me, but this one is kind of funny. But now I have to remember that you are the other guy. So that's actually this was the debugger. So you have to enable the Edge, the old Edge browser to be able to perform live debugging in Visual Studio Code. So the other thing that we actually handled was running it in WebView2. So that's the second one. Second topic that they discussed on YouTube with the Office Add-ins community discussion. And the third one, they had a script lab for Outlook. And that should give us the option. Let's have a look at that as well. Maybe you can bring that along with this session. If I run Outlook, that's opening my live code thing. What's this? The file live coding, blah, blah, blah. It's in use, cannot be accessed. Why not? Might need to restart my computer. Why? Darn it. I don't want to restart my Outlook. What's the other profile? That apparently worked. Welcome to the new searching Outlook, because this one has the preview things enabled, I think. Next. Outlook simplified. I don't want simplified. Got it. Because I want my toolbar old-fashioned, big, like this. And apparently it's not enabled the developer ribbons. There you are. I wonder if now the other one is also possible. The other profile. No, that's not running. I think the this profile that I used was for using demo users, and it also wants to reboot me into a new version of Windows Outlook. Let's get back to the previous one, because I really want to see if we can get TypeScript, no script lab for Outlook in here. Let's close this one. Here you have the script lab for Excel. Let's close this task pane and show this one. And that's failing for some reason. No longer available for the following server. Wow. Okay. Maybe I have to reload it again because they made some changes over there. Let's have a look at that. So insert, I think it is, get add-ins. Script lab. Script lab. So I wonder why it's not accepting my existing one. My add-ins over here. Script lab. Add-in details. Did they expire this one? It's taking a long time. This one is, let's see, version 1500. It's actually looking exactly the same as that we already have in there. But let's just remove this. Can I just remove it? Yes, remove. And bring it back in. There's script lab. It's actually exactly the same. Add. Continue. What? Okay. It's not loading anymore. See your add-ins. One or more add-ins failed to load. My add-ins. Nothing. There's one. So what if I do something like File, Options, Add-ins, Trust Center, Trust Center. Where did it go? Trusted locations, trusted add-in catalogs, none, nothing. None. Okay. Trusted publishers. Okay. Don't save. Excel. Blank. Insert. Get add-ins. Script. Lab. There really is just one. So the question is, does it also fail on my Outlook? Even worse, how do I get add-ins in here? Update now. Up to date. Should be good. Options. Trust Center. Trust Center. Nothing in here. Well, let's quickly have a look at the video. Like this. Script lab for Outlook. 5 minutes. Can we get audio with this? No, that's not the one that I wanted. Mixer.
Over the last quarter, we've shipped a couple of really cool features. One of them is Script Lab for Outlook, and I'm not sure if any of you have experience with Script Lab, but Script Lab has been supported on Excel, Word, and
Mosquito. PowerPoint
for quite some time, but we haven't had support for Outlook until, well, just a few weeks ago.
Okay.
So I've got my Outlook open here. I already have the extension installed. You see it here. Script
So
Lab,
he's cheating.
If you want to install it yourself, you can just go into the extension store.
Yeah, wait a minute. He's doing this at the Home tab. Where's my Outlook? In here. Get add-ins. There it is. Search for Script Lab, maybe. Must be this one. What version is in here? 2. This one is version 2. But this one is specifically called Script Lab for Outlook. Adding. Edit. Okay. All fine. And where can I find my Script Lab? Maybe here? No. Get add-ins. My add-ins maybe. There they are. Get started. While reading emails, or while composing emails, or while reading meeting invitations, or composing invitations. So let's start with reading emails. Reading emails. There we have the Script Lab for Outlook. Help. Okay. Cool. Already start this. But this one is Script Lab. Oh, let's see how this is different from the one that we saw in Excel. Changes in here. 2017 is the last change, latest change, I should say. Let's get back to Outlook here. So let's do code run. Code, the code window. It's a separate window. Why? Let's quickly go to the video again, because in Excel you get it embedded in the task pane, but Outlook might not have a task pane. Let's run this.
And I want to give fair warning. This machine that I'm demoing on is not the most robust machine. In fact, I ordered a new one yesterday, so things are not going to be as snappy as they might be on your machines. So if I type in script here, we see Script Lab for Outlook, and you can read more details about what it does. But for those of you who are not familiar with Script Lab, it's a tool that was designed during a thing that we have at Microsoft called Hackathon, where you can basically work on kind of any little project that you want to. And a few people got together, I guess maybe 2 years ago, and worked on Script Lab. And what it allows you to do is to develop Office.js code to perform actions in Office and to immediately see the results of that code.
It's a little bit like VBA.
I'm going to open the runner here.
No,
and
he gets it in.
This will probably be much snappier on your machine than it is on mine.
Wait. And he doesn't have this in his reading pane, is it? Let's go back to this. Close this. There it is. Yeah. No, that's... Come on, guys. That's... This is the video, not my own Outlook. Close this. Is it visible now? It's in here. It's just... oh, wait a minute. Maybe if you just make this smaller, probably will resize. Yeah, there it is. So it just has a lower resolution. Okay. Well, let's reopen this again. Still get the same experience. Samples. Item body. Item save and close. Close the item. Close the item. Compose mode. Save the item. Get from message read. Notification. Get the series ID. That's more in an appointment, I think. Delegate the shared folders. A lot of examples. Are these all Outlook examples? Work with calendar properties. Okay, they've been working quite hard. Work with client signature compose. Check if the client signature is enabled. Disable the client signature. Get the compose type and set a signature in compose mode. A lot of samples in here. Get selected text. That's like a simple one. Interesting part is that this is not embedded in anything. What? Again. Can I dock this somehow? No. Apparently they changed this. shared gists. Open the following URL. Copy. Let's go to there. Copy token. Okay. Get selected text. I don't have a, it's not reading my gists, especially because I don't have gists from Outlook. This again. Samples. My snippets. I don't think it's connected to my snippets. Maybe that's different in Word. Let's see if it's still active in Word. What's this? Okay, something new. Insert. My add-ins. No add-ins available. What's it called? Script Lab. There you are. Continue. Also failing. Script. Unable to install script lab. And what was the error that we got from that? Error loading add-ins. Error loading add-ins. The problem will be to all users. Blah, blah, blah. What's the solution in there? Trusted add-ins don't allow any web. According to the description, the issue only happens in the add-ins loaded from Office Store. Do you mean you are adding the add-ins in Word? Going to Insert tab? Yes. In Word, please go to the File options, Trusted Center Settings, Trusted Add-in. Make sure the following are not checked. That's what I think I already checked. Options, Trust Center, Trusted Catalogs. It's not checked, but it's also not having this one. Also don't have any trusted locations. So that's not it. Hit my microphone. Do you mean you are adding the add-in? We're going to Insert tab. Yes. The options in the picture are posted, not checked. However, the issue seems to be related to the fact that user desktop and desktop folders are redirected to the server. And that's the case if you have OneDrive active. Is there no chance of getting add-ins to work when the domain folder is a redirection? fix it by going to File, Options, Trust Center, Trust and Catalogs. Checked the Don't Allow Website Add-ins to Start. Hit OK to save setting. Then went back in and then unchecked it. I could immediately add add-ins. Really? Don't allow website add-ins to start. Options. Trust Center, Catalogs. This one. Okay. You save your settings, they will apply next time you start Office. So, okay, close this. Also close Outlook there. Add-ins are still running on Outlook. We won't wait for them to finish. Close anyway. What's this? Node is still running. Kill that one. And we can close this one. Because we finished that one. Can exit this one. Because we are in a new chapter here. Stop the add-in. Let's see folder, WinWord. Let's see. Options. Trust Center. Disable all macros with notification. No. Disable all macros. I want to ask it a question there. Okay. Let's first uncheck this one again. Close. Okay. Close. Back to WinWord. Blank document. Try again. Insert. Get add-ins. Script lab. Add. Continue. Still failing. Come on, guys. Maybe I need my account to refresh. What is my account on this one? Live coding. That should be okay. So that was not a solution. Run into the case, worked fine. Try to suggestion toggle, don't, blah blah blah. Press OK. Reopen, turn it back off. Didn't help. Here's what did work. Click the arrow loading add-ins info box. Got the screen showing the user wasn't signed in. That's not what I get, I think. Oh, boom. Don't hit my microphone. Try this again. Insert. Script. It's already in there. I think it's the only one. It used to be an old one, but I don't think that's this one. Strange thing is that the one in Outlook is version 2. Continue. That's not working. No. Script. Add. Continue. Error loading add-ins. Add-ins may access personal document by using add-ins. You agree to something, blah, blah, blah. License suggested. What if I try to install something like this? Translator. It's also failing. This is not what I have. Additional different issue. Let's see if this is a different thing. Wow. This is actually the same message I get. To narrow down the issue, run Excel in safe mode, check the outcome, check if the issue happens to other users in your organization. Yeah, come on. Provide a version file. Yeah, this version is a new version that I actually have 13,000. That's an insider version. So maybe it's a known issue. Add-ins not loading Office Insiders 13.0. What's the version? 13.0.20 20,004. 20,004. Add-ins are missing, changing the load behavior. Maybe this is because then we have to check again if we're now using WebView2. CD 2020 something. npm start. Let's check if we are still using WebView2. Let's wait for Node to kick in. How are you doing, guys, in the chat room? You're quiet today. I need some help from you to get this add-in run loading. Let's see, show task pane should be active now because the compiler works. So that's actually my add-in. My add-in is running, and let's see if it's now running WebView2 or it's running Edge. Let's go to details. It's using Edge, I think, because there's no WebView in here. what if I return this back to... Oh, so maybe existing add-ins fail if we're not using WebView2. Could that be the case? That would be interesting. Stop this one and kill node here. Now pick up the command to restore this back to default. Right, now we restore the web view. So if we now run npm start again, there we go. Now we need to wait for node again. Waiting for it to compile. There it is. Got it. Show task pane. Still get a task pane. Now going to task manager again. Now we see it's actually using WebView again. Now let's close this one. See if we can push scriptlab in now. Get it in. Scriptlab, add, continue. Still failing, so it's not related to WebView apparently. Working programming assignment for a class, and now I have one large method and two tiny methods instead of three reasonable sized methods. Yeah, I used to learn that your methods should never exceed your piece of paper. So if you're running out of your screen size, then you should start something new. On the other hand, if you just need to put it all in, then it's okay with me. I would say if it feels comfortable, then just keep the large one. So this was not the solution. One or more add-ins failed to load. But there are no add-ins in here. Trust this add-in. Oh, that's also no longer working. None of the add-ins are working anymore. Really? So something messed up with my Office installation, I think. This can go. So it looks like I messed my Office installation up. Looking for a second time, I could reasonably factor out about 35 to 40% of lines. And that's not only the empty lines, like the lines in between, more like 25%. Now, yeah. That there's always some like a challenge to put as much code into one C# line or JavaScript line as possible by creating one line that's going over a lot of information and doing a lot of things in one line. So how do I fix my add-ins in here? My add-in store is no longer working. Google Office Store add-ins. No, not working. Let users access the Office Store. It should be in there. Because I think it's already Office. Because I'm my own admin, I think, on this Office developer tenant. That's actually a free one. Maybe they expired my license, but I don't understand, really expect that to be. Like admin. All apps. There's not an admin in there, so let me check this out. Check sign out. Sign in. Another account. Let me check. Office development subscription. That's this one. Let's see if we have a matching password in there. Bring it on. Oh, someone else. Preview for Cortana. You notice that I don't access this admin account very often. But let's go into the admin thingy over here. Let's see if all users are allowed to bring in store items. Should be. Data, apps and updates. Show all. Settings. Add-ins. Nothing. Where did they store the add-in support? Organizational settings. Something about apps. Office scripts. Allow up to 48 hours, but they already let use automated task in Office on the webs. The interwebs. Office on the web. It's all enabled. Download Office software download settings. Choose whether a user can install Office apps on their own devices. This is kind of new. How often do you want users to get feature updates for Office apps as soon as they are ready? Once a month, once 6 months, and apps for Office and Windows devices are enabled. So that's not the issue. User consent to apps. Can consent to allow apps to access your organization data. I think that's enabled as well in here because this is my demo tenant. There's also the new thing called bookings that they enabled. Allow your organization to use bookings. Yes. But that's not related to the app installation. I think it's, I need to maybe restart. Because something is really off here. We try. Don't save. I want to keep this in my notes because this is important information. Control A. Copy that into my script notes for today's session. Because we really, besides the add-ins of Outlook, we really created some progress here by being able to both use the WebView2 or debug with Visual Studio Code, not by side, apparently. Should rename this to something like Excel. Also in my notes, Excel dollar. Let's save this as well on this machine. Web view change. Switch, I should say. Switch. Oh, already renamed it. In there we go. Close this. This is my VM. Update and restart. But if I update it, then it will take forever. Just restart. Let's see if that's working. Then I have to go back into my Azure portal. Wait for it to restart. Let's see if I get a notification for that. Connect, RDP, download RDP. My guess is that I get the same RDP session. Connect. It's waiting for it. Yeah, something's going on. Or did it just cancel? Oh, it's my login thingy. Let's find the login information. There's no single password that I remember from the top of my head anymore because all my passwords are now, I think, about 20 characters or more generated by password generator. And most of things have multi-factor system on it, so sometimes I don't even get in myself. There we go to the other screen. Let's make that fit the window. Keep hitting my microphone. It's just too close to my keyboard. Let's check Winward again. Blank document. Insert. Scriptlab. Edit. Continue. Come on, guys. Should be something simple. Error loading add-ins. Error loading add-ins. Oh. This week. Troubleshoot users with Office add-ins. Catalog could not be reached. Error loading add-ins. Error loading add-ins. Yes. Close Office. Verify that the manifest is valid, but I'm not having a manifest in this case. Outlook add-in doesn't work correctly. You can also give feedback if Excel, Windows, you can report blah blah blah. When installing an add-in, you see error loading add-ins. Status bar, yeah. That's exactly where we are right now. That's the one thing. Somehow, maybe reset it. Current version, probably something like Microsoft. Where's Office? Let's see. Where are we? Current user. Microsoft, Windows, current version. No. Office. Wow. What the crap is this? It's too generic. Searching for Office in the registry is not so useful. There are a lot of issues here. Page from Microsoft has a workaround for loading Mac add-ins. I'm not on a Mac. A lot of people having the same issue. that's something different. Even for Grammarly, sign out of Microsoft Word by clicking sign out, restart Word, sign in again. Open the insert menu, type Grammarly. So I need to sign out and sign in again. Is that the case? The thing, like sign out, removing this account will sign out from this and other Office applications. It will remove all customizations and your document. Yeah, let's do it. Right. And now close Word again, apparently. And we start Word again. Now let's sign in, but now we are signing in with I have a live coder account. Office Dev. Something like this one. Copy. That's a live coder account, I think. Oh, it's even adopting my account immediately. That's interesting. The home, blank document. And now it's also showing ScriptLab. And it's running. So let's check if we can insert a new one. Where are we? Insert. Here. Get it in. So let's pick one. Like the translator that we tried. Continue. And it's actually working. So the solution is to just sign out and sign in again, but then you lose all your previously installed add-ins. Let's get started. From auto detect, so if I do something like is random and select a paragraph for this and select a number of languages in Dutch. And it's actually a Dutch text video biedt een krachtige manier om u te helpen uw punt te bewijzen. It's machine translation, but it's kind of strange. So now it's working for Word. Save change to this file. No, don't save. And back to where we were. Outlook. Live coder again, maybe. Now it's working again. Also, my Outlook is now in the demo account. Because if I now send a mail to someone, I should see a lot of people in there. Or Megan Bowen. This is one of the users that they all use all the time. And Miriam Graham is the director. Miriam Graham. And the president, Patty Fernandez. Patty. This is a challenge, mailing things to high-level people, president, executive management. Interesting. So let's test this. Test. And also put myself in CC, like Maarten. Office developer. That's me. This is a test mail. email going up to the board level. Send it. Now let's see if I get sent items in here. Yes. What's the email of live coding? It's on my own domain. So luckily it's not going to someone Microsoft. Hey, from France. How's your lockdown in France? I think you're opening up again for tourists again. I believe that people from the Netherlands, where I'm coming from, are now allowed to go to France, I think. And from what I hear, it's still very quiet on your camping grounds and close to the sea. Maybe there's a lot of local residents. The Netherlands still does not allow people from the US, I think. Although there's a lockdown you have to go in quarantine for the UK. The people in the countries in Europe, they apparently opened up everything even for the UK without going to quarantine. And yesterday we got from our PM the information that almost everything is opening up again in the Netherlands. Even can go to soccer games with a large amount of people, and large events are now allowed again. Let's see what we are going to do. Script lab. That's what we are focusing on. Why did it say script lab here? Working on your code request. That's interesting. Why does it say that? We are not in lockdown, not now, but the government just say don't go outside without a reason. Yes, that's the same over here, but we now have a large amount of people who think that the government is kind of crazy, and they are protesting against the 1.5 meter distance, so the social distance thingy, and so they are now protesting and go sit and hug each other and see if they can stay healthy anyway without keeping a distance. So we don't have that kind of smart people over here, apparently. Well, everyone should take their own risk. If you think you're safe, then just do it. The downside is obviously that you might affect one of your older parents or your grandfather, and then they are running into issues there, fatally or not fatal or not. What's this? Let's go into the samples here. Get selected text, compose. If you're in compose. So if I create a new email to Maarten, that's me. Test compose. Can I do this in here as well? Yes, apparently. That's interesting. You get the same thing as in Word. So it looks like in the background it's running Word as an editor. So if I select something in here and I go to code, get selected data, and run this. Where did it go? There, side by side. Is that the one that we notice over here? Like HTML, well, this sample shows you how to select the text in the item body. So now we're in Outlook. Get selected text compose add-in. We don't have protest for that here for the moment. Sorry for if I do English mistakes. There's no problem. I am not that. I'm not 100% on my English as well, so that's because it's not our native language, so we have to get around that. I can try speak a little bit petit peu French, but that's even worse than my English. Yeah, I'll select some text in here. So apparently it looks like the script lab for Outlook is actually working. Get selected text. There you go. Selected text in the body is video provides a powerful way to help things in here. So that's kind of nice. Very cool. So now we can start developing things for Outlook as well. Oh, your remote session will be disconnected. Why? Oh, because I clicked the little X there by accident. Okay. So we are now 2 hours and 22 minutes in. Let's maybe let's do a little recap here. If I go to YouTube, I should say, and go to Office Development, Office Dev. Maybe I'm in here as well. Because this is episode 91 already. So I've been doing this for 91 episodes now. If you calculate that over 2 hours and 3 hours, that's a lot of hours by now. Let's go to the Microsoft 365 developer site and go to the latest videos. If you're interested in this office development stuff, then this channel is definitely one that you need to follow. And the things that we discussed today was at first Visual Studio Code Debugger extensions. This one, I don't want to start it again. Visual Studio Code Debugger. But this was in collision with the other thing that was new for Office add-ins that was running the task pane within WebView2. This is the new browser component. And instead of using the old Edge non-Chromium version, you now are able to use WebView2. And if I'm correct, that's using the Edge Chromium version in the background. But this is now in collision with the just released Visual Studio Code Debugger extension. So what you needed to do there was disable that. Let's quickly make a note on that on GitHub. For that to do, we need to open Visual Studio Code in the test directory. Test debugger something. Code dot. And go to the extension. So that we can find the GitHub location again. Repository. Open the repository. Then go to the issues that I posted. In here. So I should say Visual Studio Code not attaching with Office running WebView2 task panes. Save. And this was the solution. But there is an issue there. And I need to open the folder for that, for the notepad for that I saved in here somewhere. On my desktop. So I had to run this one. So just for documentation on the issue, tested this in my live coding session and was able to debug using the old Edge component by running the command let's make that bold. And we can add an icon to it, an emote. Where's the thumbs up? There. Let's run this back. Let's make it a little bit cooler. Wow. Thanks for the follow, Venusaur55. Is that your age, 55? Oh, I'm actually 56, so I'm close. I turned 56 last week, or the week before, sure. To restore Office, letting it use WebView. So what we're doing, I'm in Office development, at least that's with my coding, and the old Office development was in COM components, but the new Office development, the Office add-ins are based on JavaScript and well, actually it's Office.js, Office JavaScript, and because I'm an Office insider, I'm also a Microsoft MVP. Yeah, I have a lot of insider stuff that's that are having collisions. So I posted an issue there to the Microsoft guys, and they came up with a solution. So I tested the Office add-ins in Outlook today, and also debugging it in Excel with Office.js. So it's kind of building a web component that is able to run in Office. To restore Office, letting it use WebView2 again. You need to run the command, then copy that again, make that default. Close and comment. I think I can close the issue and comment on it. Let's do that. Okay, so now anyone else who is finding the same issue running the new Insider's Office, and you can see that if you go to your Office application and go into your Office account, then you see if you're running version higher than 13,000, then you're running the WebView2, and that's using the new browser, so to say, the Edge Chromium, if I'm correct, instead of the old Edge. And then you can't debug anymore using the Edge component. Microsoft Edge DevTools will fail, even though it's in preview, so it's already outdated before getting into the before getting released. Okay, so that's what it for today, I think. So we hit all the 3 new items from the developer community call. The Visual Studio Code Debugger extension we have been looking at, and we have been evaluating WebView2, new web runtime for the Office add-ins, and we had a first look at Script Lab in Outlook. If you go into there, you can move over from VBA slowly to Office.js and start doing Office development by creating little websites, so to say, that you can run in your task pane. So if I run this, then you see that I get a little task pane. This is the HTML that you just saw in the code. And if I select some text, I'm not sure if it works in this mode, but let's try it. No, you have to be in compose mode. So I'll run a new one. It's random. If you didn't know this trick, you just type isRand in there and then select this, run the code, and get selected text. Cool. So let's wrap this up. Go back to the main window, close all of this, don't change it, and close all of this, close all of that. That can go, and that can go. Back to the main cam. So thanks everyone for keeping up with me and having a look at the latest Office features that are basically currently in the Office Insiders flow. You can basically register for Office Insider yourself. Just go to the website, search for Office Insider, and then you get instructions to do it yourself. So that was kind of fun. We solved all the issues that we found so far. Some kind of terrible things in there running the add-ins, but we solved it, and it was good to happen. So thanks for watching, and if you like to see all the other things in the next streams, just make sure that you follow the thingy on YouTube, or if you are on Twitch, then I think the follow is something there. I think hit the follow button if you didn't already do that, and if you want to see it next time again. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Probably next Thursday again, or maybe Tuesday is another session with the SDN cast. So I will be back most likely on Thursday again. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.